Why we love our comfort zones. Have you ever found yourself stuck in the same routine day after day, feeling a sense of calm and familiarity, but also an underlying dissatisfaction? That's the comfort zone at work. It's that mental space where our activities and behaviors fit into a pattern that minimizes stress and risk. It feels good, it feels safe, it's predictable. But if we're honest with ourselves, it also becomes a trap. We all like to live in our comfort zones because they protect us from uncertainty, from pain, from failure. But they also rob us of growth, adventure, and purpose. From the moment we're born, we are conditioned to seek safety. As children, we cling to our parents when we're scared. As students, we sit quietly in class, afraid to raise our hand for fear of giving the wrong answer. As adults, we stay in jobs that don't fulfill us, relationships that don't challenge us, and routines that don't inspire us. Why? Because stepping outside what we know feels like a threat. The unknown can be terrifying, but it is only in the unknown that we truly grow. Our brains are hardwired to favor comfort. Neuroscience tells us that the brain's primary job is to keep us alive, not to make us happy or successful or fulfilled. So it resists anything that feels risky or different. When you think about quitting your job to start a business, your brain floods you with reasons why it won't work. When you consider moving to a new city, your brain reminds you of all the things you'd lose. But this protective instinct, though useful in survival situations, becomes a prison when we want to evolve. We often mistake comfort for happiness. Think about it. How many times have you scrolled endlessly through social media, watched the same show for the 5th time, or avoided a difficult conversation just because it was easier? Comfort gives us a temporary feeling of ease, but it doesn't satisfy us deeply. Real joy, real confidence, and real meaning come from overcoming challenges, from doing hard things, from surprising ourselves. Yet we cling to the comfort zone, convincing ourselves that maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, maybe when we're more ready, we'll make the leap. But the truth is, we're never fully ready. No one ever feels 100% prepared to face their fears. Growth is messy, it's uncomfortable, it's full of failure and doubt and awkwardness. But that discomfort is the price of transformation. Think of every major turning point in your life. Was it easy, or was it born out of struggle, uncertainty, or even pain? Most likely it was the latter, because the comfort zone is not where our story unfolds, it's where it pauses. Let's consider this metaphor. Imagine your comfort zone as a small, cozy house. The walls are familiar, the furniture fits perfectly, you know where everything is. But outside the house is a massive world, cities you've never explored, people you've never met, talents you've never discovered. Staying inside might feel secure, but you're missing everything the world has to offer. You're missing yourself at your fullest potential. There's a quote that says, "Life begins at the end of your comfort zone." It sounds inspiring, but what does it really mean? It means that your best life, your most creative, passionate, and meaningful life, exists beyond what you already know. It means that you have to be willing to trade short-term ease for long-term fulfillment. It means taking risks, failing often, and learning who you really are when things don't go as planned. The irony is that the comfort zone isn't really comfortable, it's just familiar. And there's a big difference. Familiarity creates a false sense of security. We stay in dead-end jobs because we're used to them. We avoid confrontation in our relationships because it feels easier. We don't try new things because we might fail. But over time, this familiarity turns into stagnation. Our dreams shrink, our creativity dulls, our confidence fades. We become shells of who we're meant to be. Ask yourself, what would you do if fear wasn't holding you back? Would you start that passion project? Speak your truth? Move to another country? Learn a new skill? Deep down, you already know what you need to do. You're just afraid of the discomfort that comes with change. But that discomfort is not a signal to stop. It's a sign that you're on the right path. Let's talk about fear for a moment. Fear is not the enemy. It's a messenger. It tells us where we need to go. If something scares you, but also excites you, that's usually a sign that it's worth pursuing. Don't wait for the fear to go away. It won't. Instead, build the courage to act in spite of it. Take one small step, then another. Momentum is your ally. Every time you stretch your comfort zone, it expands. What once terrified you becomes second nature. Think about people you admire, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders, athletes. Do you think they lived in their comfort zones? No. They took chances. They failed publicly. They pushed themselves to keep going, even when it hurt. That's what made them who they are. Growth is not something that happens to you. It's something you choose, moment by moment, by showing up and doing the hard thing. If you're still with me, maybe part of you knows that you've been hiding, that you've been settling, that you've been playing small. And that's okay. We all start there. What matters is what you do next. Will you stay where it's familiar, or will you step into the unknown and discover who you really are? Here's a simple challenge. Do one thing today that makes you uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be big. Speak up in a meeting, try a new workout, have that conversation you've been avoiding. Write the first paragraph of your book, just one step outside your bubble. Do it again tomorrow and the next day. Over time, your comfort zone will grow, and so will you. Understand this: no one escapes fear, no one escapes doubt. But the people who succeed are not the ones who feel the least fear. They're the ones who act anyway. You don't need to be fearless, you just need to be brave. For 5 minutes, for one decision. That's all it takes to start. Your comfort zone is not your enemy, but it's not your destiny either. It's the beginning of your journey, not the end. And you are capable of more than you've allowed yourself to believe. So stretch, grow, fail, rise, repeat. Because the real you is waiting, not inside the zone of comfort, but out there, where life truly begins. And finally, remember, everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. The love, the purpose, the freedom, it's all there. You just have to be willing to walk through the door. That's it for now. Please let us know in the comments what you learned from this video. Thanks for your time. See you later.